the uncertainty of the time of death. It's the second part. And the third part is that what will support us at that time is our attitudes, our state of mind, our capacity to be loving and present, and so that's the three headlines of this reflection. Death is certain, the time of death is uncertain, and the third is what kind of attitudes would you like to have at the time of death? So this meditation is a little tricky for little tricky. It is challenging for some people when we some people get scared by this meditation. Yeah. So this meditation is not meant to scare you or to make you afraid. It is actually meant to increase a sense of passion, a sense of urgency for life. So it is actually a meditation which is meant to support a way of more authentic living, of more becoming who you are and living it, being who you are. So if we notice, if we're using this meditation, we notice that it depresses us or it scares us, then maybe it's more constructive to go to the first meditation of the precious human rebirth, and to kind of ground yourself in your resources. And from the Buddhist point of view, the condensation of these resources is called Buddha nature. So then, and if you are grounded in that, then you can use the reflection on death to make you even more aware, more joyful about the freedom you have, the possibility, the opportunity you have. So reflecting on death in the traditional Buddhist teachings are seen as one of the most important reflections. The Buddha called it the meditation on death. He called it's the elephant of the meditations. Yeah? So because it's so weighty and so important to reflect on death. I think we become really passionate about freedom and passionate about cultivating an open heart when we are really hit by death. So I don't think there's any really honest spiritual practice or meditation practice without taking the death as your friend. Because we have this tendency to just, waste time with and worry about things which are not so important. So knowing that you're going to die soon, soon all this, the account, the numbers on your account, soon they will not matter. So it can really lighten up your life. Okay, so let's lean into that in a kind way. So, unlike with the first meditation, we start by connecting with the body and the breath. Just maybe it's possible to kind of bounce back to the meditation before the break. Like really feeling aliveness in your body and breath. I'm breathing, I'm alive. And the wonder and mystery of this moment you will never figure out. Like the biggest wonder in the universe is just happening here in front of your nose. Awareness. Mind. So the first point we will reflect on is that death is certain, that you are going to die. That is the one thing you can be sure about, that you're going to die. And someone here in this room will be the first one, and we don't know who.
Nice.
Thank you. Something happens, call my mom, please.
And then there will be the second one. And since we are quite a lot of people, it's very likely that it's coming up. And then in about 50 years, 60 years, maybe before, of those people here in the room, nobody will be alive. Everyone has to die, and you can't escape that. So even if you're wealthy or powerful, if you're an amazing healer, very spiritual person, you can't escape to an island. That person calling will also die.
I was counting there. Like the wrong way.
So here one possibility is to just look back in history and to see that, to realize that all the people who have written the books we write or made the music we listen to, that they have died. And in about 100 years, every single human being who is alive today will be dead. So see if you can reflect on this. You're going to die. Kind of connect with it in your body. And if you are young right now, that's no protection. Young people die before old people. Children die before their parents. And if you are very healthy, that is also no protection. Healthy people die before sick people. Death is certain, your death is certain, and you have to die. The second point is that the time of death is uncertain. You are going to die, but you don't know when. There's a lot of unfinished projects, unfinished songs, unfinished poems. And there's many causes for death. Many unexpected ways to die. In your home, on the way to work. A lot of internal reasons can cause death, and many outside factors. Death is certain, and the time of death is uncertain. Even on your last day, you will have a sense that you're going to die later. So reflecting on that you're going to die and that the time of death is uncertain. How do you respond to that in your feelings, in your body? And the third point is what supports you at the time of death is the state of your mind. Your possessions, your role, your achievements, even your relationships you have to leave behind. So knowing you are going to die and you don't know when, what is really important in your life? What does really matter in your life? Knowing that you're going to die, what is it what you hold back? And why? Knowing that you're going to die and you don't know when, have you set the right priorities in your life? And knowing that you're going to die, what does this make out of this moment? What does it make out of going home and meeting your family? What is being unsaid or undone? What is your song? and knowing that it is mental qualities which will support you in the time of transition. And then, in a gentle way, we let go of this reflection and just stay in the mystery of this moment, in the mystery of aliveness, in the mystery of awareness. Breathing, whole body breathing, in the presence of the people around you who, like you, will die. It really makes sense to be kind to each other. So in the Tibetan tradition there is a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge about the death process and what and how we can prepare for that transition, for that journey. So, if you're interested in that, then it's really worthwhile to explore that. There's this wonderful classic Sogya Rinpoche's book, the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. So if you want to explore the wisdom in this tradition about the death process, this is a very good book to look into. for your own preparation, which is a preparation for living also. So it's not that that there is like this big thing, death coming up, and we need to prepare for it. But also to explore this, because most of us will at one point sit by the bedside or being supportive of someone we love who is dying. It's very likely that all of us will come into that situation, and then it is such a support for yourself, and with that also for the other person, if you have a sense of there's something you can lean into, something you can share, something you can do or practice. And we can't. It's not good enough to just kind of block that out, because it's going to happen. I'm a little bit intense about this. Tonight it's okay, I can be even more intense. But the reason for being kind of urgent with this is I have worked as a paramedical on a ambulance car, and I saw many people dying in all kinds of situations, and I just know. First, I know that you don't need to die like this. You don't need to die in terror and despair. And I know, and I really wish you not to die like this. You don't need to die like this. But it's something where we need to take responsibility. It's not it's something we can cultivate. And by the way, it will support us in living a more authentic and beautiful life. So working with this theme is also a support to respond to the other transitions in our life. We are always in transition. So loss, letting go, moving on, up and down.
What's the name of the book?
Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. And there's another book by Dzogchen Pondop Rinpoche, which is called Mind Beyond Death. Yeah. So for me, what I share with you on Tuesdays, for me personally, is actually preparation for death. So for me, like any retreat or any inner work is also preparation for death. In particular, for me, this to broaden my capacity to give space to my experience in a loving way. To broaden my capacity to let go of control, to broaden my capacity to be tender and soft with my feelings. That's for me the best preparation for living and for dying. And it's very simple. It's not like a complicated practice. It is just the way we are. We are sitting here on Tuesday very often, just quietly and giving space to what is arising, and particular then kind of leaning into leaning into the dimension of your being which is beyond conceptual thought. Because in the death process, the conceptual level of your mind will dissolve slowly, one layer after the next. So at one point on that journey, you will not remember, the accomplishment of this life, or your name, or your roles, or if you did this or did that, or you were successful in your job, or so that will all dissolve. So for me, the most rewarding practice is to open to that process in meditation practice. And then, good luck. Because you can't say, so it's like, of course, it is more likely if you are befriending your energy now in this life and you make it a practice, that at least one thing we can avoid is to die with regret. And that does not mean to like live a perfect life in the worldly sense, or to be successful in your job, or finishing the books, or being someone. Yeah, it's something. It's like to have a sense. Yeah, I did my best. This is it. I lived my life. I did what I was supposed to do. I expressed what I was supposed to express. And then you can go. And the reflection we just did is one way to kind of, give you a little, come on, take your life serious. It's serious, not in a dark way, but like serious. It's like precious. You are precious, and you don't need to become someone else. That's the beauty in that. So, remembering death every day. In poems or some reflection. Lama Zopa Rinpoche often says, in the morning, first thing, remember precious human rebirth, Buddha nature, and then I'm going to die. And then third is, may, wherever I go, whatever I do, may that lighten up the life of other people. May that make the life of other people better. Any questions about that? We have, by the way, we have a group in the center, a group of volunteers who are how do you say that? Yeah, it's a hospice group. So it's volunteers who work with chronicle ill or dying people. And Maria Damsolt, who started that project quite some years ago, every year she is offering a training in this. So, and I think it's I'm not. I think I read it's happening soon. Like so, it's this theme of learning about this is within the organization the center is affiliated with, part of, very important. It's like for Lama Zopa, it's like the job of the centers to provide this education and also to create a group of people who then can help each other.
Who is it? Who is it?
Lama Zopa?
No. This,
No.
Maria Damsolt is her name.
Maria Damsolt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
One question.
Yeah.
What is the relation between accumulated karma and this causality of your state of mind when you die?
Yeah.
It seems to be sort of a dilemma. Either it's your karma or it's just the state of your mind. The state of your mind.
Yeah, but what kind of karma ripens depends also on the state of your mind. So if you have a disturbed state of mind, then the karmic seeds, the energetic potentials of destructive actions are more likely to ripen. So these two things come together. The accumulation of energy through your actions in this life, but then also the state of mind which is present at the time of death. So that's why in the Tibetan tradition there's also a lot of thinking about how to create a supportive environment for someone who is dying. So even if you have had a quite turbulent life and you haven't done a lot of inner work, if through some other karma you manage, or it happens that you die in a supportive environment, and supported by other people who can help you, for example, to forgive, or who can connect you with some spiritual truth, then that healthy state of mind would water the constructive karmic seeds which are also there in your mind. I mean, then if you go more complex, then you can, of course, at one point ask the question, is there any choice in that? Yeah, but I'm not going to ask that. Yeah. And then you have to stop.
Of course, it can be an obvious question. The point of this meditation is giving the right dimension to what happens in life. I mean, from time to time, I remind myself, when I'm very worried, like in these days, okay, I might die in a few minutes.
Yeah.
And everything like.
Yes. That is one aspect. Yeah, yes.
Giving a bit.
Yes, so if you all now, go to that horrible, very important thing which is bothering you right now, like this, I don't know what it is, like maybe you lost your job, or, the relationship, or whatever it is, like, as you said, it could be that death can, it does not take it away, but it makes it like, okay, yeah. In a few years, the worries I have will be completely irrelevant. If I got this job or not, or if I... not to invite a kind of nihilistic attitude. It's just, one way to take sins less serious, more relative.
I don't know why sometimes there is a guilt thought associated with this. Maybe it's due to my Christian background or something like that. I say, why should I use death just to feel better? You know? But you know,
Yeah.
at some point I just let go so that guilt thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But thank you.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next week, maybe.
Yes, sure.